Welcome back. My name is Stevo32, former drummer of Sum 41, current drummer in my basement. So I was in the office the other day scrolling through my Instagram reels, and somebody had sent me this reel.
We are finally doing the famous Triple Lindy, which means I'm gonna jump from the 7 meter to the 3 meter to the next 3 meter, the next 3 meter, backflip on the board, and dive in the water.
Yes, Molly Carlson, a Canadian athlete of note, decided to take it upon herself and attempt the famous Triple Lindy. As far as I know, there are only two people who have pulled off the Triple Lindy. Of course, the late, great, original Triple Lindyist, Rodney Dangerfield, and myself in the music video for Into Deep. So Molly Carlson pulls off the Triple Lindy, and I say, welcome to the club. We could use some fresh blood around here, and probably somebody who can actually dive. So I remixed her original reel and added me doing the Triple Lindy into it. I posted that on my Instagram, and that post got 500,000 views. And I thought, okay, maybe it's time to do an Into Deep video. I was intending on saving it, but then I remembered I don't even like that song. If you go on Sum 41 Spotify, it is the most popular song, and I don't like it. I've never liked it. And I guess I gotta ask myself why. It's never been my favorite song of ours. It's just a bit too poppy, and it doesn't sound like anything we listened to at the time. But the song itself has kind of a funny history. And I gotta say, I've been known to toot my horn, the other guy's horns. I'm a horn tooter. Regardless of the song, the video is without a doubt one of the best things we ever did. It might be our best video. If Into Deep is your favorite Sum 41 song, you're in luck, because today I'm gonna talk about the song, I'm gonna talk about the video, and then I'm gonna play the song on the drums for the first time in over 10 years. I haven't played it since I left the band, and this might be the last time I ever play it. So let's get into it. So the song Into Deep wasn't even originally a Sum 41 song. It was originally written by Derek and our manager Greg Norrie for Darren O'Brien. Who is Darren O'Brien? Well, you might know him by his other moniker, Snow.
Informer, you know, say that I'm a snowman, I go blam.
Yes, that Snow. Famous Canadian reggae rap sensation Snow. He somehow got in contact with Derek and Greg, and they were writing a song for him. And I think that's why it has that kind of like, I'm gonna call it a Sugar Ray intro. That sound was really popular in the late 90s. Anyway, surprise, surprise, it didn't work out with Snow. So Into Deep went on the back burner, and then we kind of forgot about it. We went on tour, we recorded Half Hour Power, and then it was time to record All Killer No Filler. We had producer Jerry Finn come to Toronto. We started working on a bunch of songs, and then we started recording the album, and it was all going great, but we had one problem. We didn't have any singles. You kind of need those. At one point, we were talking about maybe Summer being a single. And another time, people were saying maybe Rhythms would be a single. And those songs are okay, but they're not hits. And then we remembered we had two songs that had been kicking around on the back burner. The song that turned out to be Fat Lip, and then we remembered we had that other song, the song for Snow. Why don't we use that? So those two songs, Fat Lip and Into Deep, were the last two songs we recorded for All Killer No Filler. And I gotta tell you, in hindsight, I'm glad we did, because we went from having no hits to having two potential hits. And when the label heard both Fat Lip and Into Deep, some of the higher ups at the label really wanted Into Deep to be the first single. And we were like, no, it has to be Fat Lip first. And the reasoning behind that was, one, we thought that Fat Lip was a better representation of the band, and two, Into Deep is more of a conventional single. If you put that one out first and then follow it up with Fat Lip, which is a little bit more weird, it's got the rapping mixed with the punk, we felt that audiences would just get confused. So we had to fight to have Fat Lip released first. Fortunately, our two A&R guys, Rob Stevenson and Louis Largent, totally got the band. They went to bat for us. We put out Fat Lip first, and as it turns out, that that was a huge hit, and then it allowed us to follow it up with In Too Deep, which ultimately, I mean, you could argue is even bigger. So thanks to the success of Fat Lip, we now have momentum, and that means we get more money from the label to do an even bigger music video. I remember going to the label in New York and going to our A&R guy, Louis Largent's office to talk about the video, and he was like, ladies, he always called us ladies, I've got the idea for the video. Back to School. And we were like we go play in a school. He's like, no, the movie Back to School. We're like, starring Rodney Dangerfield? He's like, that one. It's going to be you guys in a diving competition. He looks right at me and he goes, and you're going to do the Triple Lindy. For those of you that don't know, Fat Lip is a parody of a 1986 Rodney Dangerfield movie called Back to School. It's a classic 80s comedy, and the climax of the movie comes when Rodney Dangerfield's character enters a diving competition and he wins it by doing a jump called the Triple Lindy, where he dives from one diving board to the other in spectacular fashion. So right away, we love the idea. We think it's hilarious. And to direct it, we recruit legendary Sum 41 music video director Mark Klasfeld. I haven't watched this video in 20 years. So let's watch it together now. I'll comment on it a little bit, and then I'll play the song on the drums.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again.
I still have that, bro.
Things were looking up, you said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm
So it was a 2-day shoot. All the diving stuff was shot the first day at the same pool where they shot the movie Back to School, and the performance shots were shot the following day at a motel in the Valley in LA where they used to shoot porn. Let's keep going.
trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under.
All the divers were like high-level former Olympians. Like, they were great. And all the stunts and tricks they did, they came up with those ideas. They basically showed up and told us, these are some of the things we can do. The backflip jump, the tandem jump where the two guys go down at the same time, and then the slip and slide jump that Dave does. So they sort of showed up and were like, these are things we can do. And we're like, okay, we'll do these.
Seems like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind because I'm bending over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under.
So that shot took forever because Dave's stunt double was wearing a wig, and the wig kept coming off like time and time again. So it took him like 10 times to do that shot.
Instead of going under.
So that shot was probably the most difficult shot to get, with Dave coming out of the pool, which is an homage to Slash from Guns N' Roses in the Estranged video where he comes out of the water. So we wanted Dave to do that. This was our idea. And that took forever because the device that lifts him out of the water was super finicky. So Dave was in the pool for like 2 hours just trying to get that one shot. Probably the hardest shot of the whole video. But it's awesome.
Sit back and wonder why it took so long for this to die. I hate it when you fake it. You can't hide it, you might as well embrace it. So believe me, it's not easy
that shot, it took forever to get that one too because I kept pulling on the breakaway pants and they didn't work. So I would go up there, I'd rip them off, we'd have to reset. That's just something that happens when you're shooting something like this. So I'm doing the handstand here. This was probably the scariest thing because I can't do a handstand. There's a guy holding my legs. I'm like 40 feet up on this diving board. There's some random dude holding my legs. And I'm thinking like, what if this is his last day? What if he just wants to quit in style and he just throws me off the edge? Fortunately, he did. All right, let's keep going. So all the shots intercut between me and the actual diver were shot with me jumping up and down on a trampoline, and it took forever. I remember we were filming it, the sun's beating down on us, and the poor guy filming it on the camera just stops at one point, rubs his eyes, and he goes, "God damn, that motherfucker's white." All right, let's keep going. That video is so fun. It's a classic. I think What's My Age Again by Blink-182 is probably the quintessential pop punk video, but that's a close second in my opinion. That video has 243 million views on YouTube. 243 million people have seen me bounce up and down in my Budgie Smugglers. And again, it's another example of Sub 41 just having really good fucking videos. And I think that was our personalities. It was Lewis's idea. I think we're lucky that we had Klassfeld as the director. It was everybody working together. Like, that's just such a great video. It's so funny. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play In Too Deep on the drums for the first time since I left the band in 2013. That was 11 years ago. So here we go.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were looking up, you said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under. Seems like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind because I'm bending over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. 'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. Instead of going under. Instead of going under.
All right, I just played the song for the first time in 10 years. It's not that bad. It's not my favorite song, but I'm not gonna say I hate it anymore. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you love that song? Do you hate that song? Am I an idiot for even suggesting I don't like that song? Either way, I love the video and I'm honored to have played a role in it. I love how I got to do the Triple Lindy. It's fucking great. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Stevo32. I'm going to the pool. That's gonna do it for now. Ikahar, folks. I'm out! 243 million people have seen me bounce up and down in my budgie smugglers, in my banana hammock, in my dick stickers, in my spants, in my daisy dudes, in my jorts.